Alright, hello. This is BattleX2 at BattleX2Prepper.com, and today we're going to talk about a couple of products here. These are products you can use when you're in the dark. When power goes out and you're sitting in your house and it's 100 degrees in the house and you crack the windows and doors, but you're still not getting that breeze, so you want that fan to blow in there. So what products can you use and you don't want to run a generator and let everyone know, hey, he's got power, or she's got power, they've got power. So start off with, I have these things blacked out because I'm not endorsing these products. I'm not getting paid to endorse these products. I'm just telling you about what's out there and what you can use, some good and bad. And because I'm not getting paid for it, I can tell you my honest opinion on these products. Start off with this right here. I bought this on Amazon thinking, hey, this is small, compact, it can plug into solar to recharge. It says it's a cool thing to have. Sometimes a cool thing is not a good thing. Now the USB ports on this, it's got 4 USB ports on here, and the USB ports work well, but the plug on top, you can plug anything in here. You can plug a lighter in here, a light for a lighter in here, or anything, and it will not work. This product sucks. But you get what you pay for. I paid about 40 bucks for it, thinking it's going to be the greatest new thing. And it's not. The lamp works half the time. The USB ports are the only thing that really works. The solar part of it doesn't really work on here. So I thought it was a good idea, but it wasn't. So there you go. Alright, the next product we're going to talk about is this little generator right here. It's a small portable that you can use inside your vehicle. As a matter of fact, I keep this in the trunk of my car. I used to keep it in the trunk of my car until I got something bigger and better, which we'll talk about in a second here. It has 700 peak, 350 amp start for starting your car, and it has 120 psi compressor. So if you get a flat tire, you can help someone out. You ever have someone say, hey buddy, can you give me a jump? And this car is in the most inconvenient spot, and you really can't get your car in there and get cables to him to give him that jump start. Just take this little buddy right here with you. Plug hook them up, start it up, jump them, 350 amps, starting, you can start cars over and over again without having to recharge this. And then also has an indicator here to tell you when the battery's starting to get low. This is the on and off for the start. It has a 12-volt lighter adapter right there, and then it also has a USB port. And say, hey, if we want to plug something in, say you have like a regular 110 outlet you want to plug in, I actually went and purchased this right here. It has 2 plugs. Just plug it into the 12-volt outlet there, and now you have power, so you can plug in your radio or stereo system, and while you're picnicking, and you can have some tunes in the middle of nowhere. Alright, the next thing we're going to talk about is what I actually have in my cars now. I keep this in my cars, my RV at all times, just extra power in case so where my battery died for some reason, or someone needs a jump, or I'm stranded somewhere and I need some power, or I have it. It's got 2 12-volt plugs. It's got 2 110 outlet plugs. It's got a USB plug. It gives you an indicator to tell you how much power you have, and it has a because of this inverter, and it has jumper cables, so you can jump yourself, jump a friend, take it out with you when you go camping. You see right here, it also has a air compressor. But the cool thing about this product, it comes with this adaptation kit where you have an air inflator deflator, so you can inflate, say, air mattress, or if you're out at a pool going to the lake, you want to inflate a mattress and go floating instead of sitting there blowing on it all day. You can just use this and inflate it, and it has a deflator, so when you're in a hurry, you're ready to get out of there, you can deflate those inflatables as quick as possible. This is a pretty cool thing here. It has a light, so when you're working in the dark, you need to fill up your tires or get those deflatables back into your vehicle to get out of there, and it's starting to get dark. You have a little light to work by. So I like this product right here. You can charge a car several times with this. we've taken this camping and we've used this for 8 hours, no problem. I've used this with my CPAP machine. I've gone all night using this machine right here, hooked up to my CPAP in the house and camping. Doesn't emit any gases, so you can use this indoors. It's not like a gas generator or anything. It's just battery powered. And the plug-in is back here, so you just get a regular extension cord or extension adapter, plug it into the inlet right here, and you're good to go. All right, so now let's talk about things on a smaller scale. What I have here is a phone recharger, phone charger, battery, and it's water resistant. I wouldn't say it's waterproof because if you submerge it, water still can get inside there, but it's water resistant. It can get splashed on and it'll last a long time. I take this with me when I go out camping, hiking. I keep this in my bag. When I go places, I take this with me when I go to the airport, and so I have a backup battery. If it's raining outside, I know that I can still use this when I get indoors because it's not going to be saturated or soaked, depending on where I've gone, if it was in a torrential rain or something like that. This one here, I keep in my pocket when I'm on flights, that I can plug in and charge my phone when I'm on the go there. So when I'm downloading movies and I'm on the flight, and especially when those long flights, I download a movie or two and I watch, and then the battery starts going dead, I can plug in, and then I plug in my use the other port to plug in my Bluetooth earpieces, and so I can continue watching and listening to my music or videos or movies while I'm on the go. It's small and compact. You can keep it in your pocket. I put this in my bag, and then once I get onto the plane, I'll pop it into one of my cargo pockets and I listen to my tunes and good to go. This one right here is kind of gimmicky. It does work, but on a smaller scale. This is a rechargeable battery pack. It does work, but then it recommends that you do not keep it in direct sunlight, but sunlight. I've had one of these before, and I had it on the window of my car, and as I was driving, I saw it start bulging up because it was sitting on the dash. It started bulging up because of the heat. So you can keep it in direct heat, but you want to keep it in sunlight. So depends on where you are, that might not even be possible. It has a little clip there. Supposedly you can clip it onto your backpack as you're hiking, and once you get to your destination, it should be charged up. Just plug in your cell phone or whatever thing you want to charge up, and it should work. This is without the actual solar part of it. This is a good battery charger, but using the actual solar part of it is kind of quirky, so you might be mindful of that. And then last but not least, here's another charger we keep in I have one of these in my wife's car, and this is an awesome piece of equipment here because what it is, it's not only a cell phone charger. You can use it, plug it in, and you can boost your car too. So they'll keep this one in my wife's car, and I keep it right in inside of her medical kit that I have inside of her car. So whenever she's pulled over or she needs to get a jump, instead of going to a stranger in a strange area and asking that person for a jump, she just plugs this in, plugs it in a positive, negative, gives an indicator, and it will even tell her where she's put it on the wrong ones. Plug this on and gives you an indicator when you're good to go, and then you can just charge your car at that point. Cool thing about this is it comes with this little port right here, so you can plug in, and I'll open this up for you. That's a little plug here, so you can charge your phone if you have this kind of adapter, or you can use your own, or you can use it the other way, plug it in here, use this right here, which is a 12-volt adapter, plug it in there, and you can charge this inside of your vehicle and always make sure it's good to go, and then when you need it, you have it. It's a backup battery power for your car and your cell phone. It's a pretty cool idea. So cool, in fact, that that's going to be our giveaway for this week. First person to comment on what they use and how they use backup power when they were to lose power, I'll send this to you. Just like that. Alright, so the last thing I want to talk about is the two large generators that I have that I can't actually fit in my RV. One is actually part of my RV, and it's my RV generator. And I'll run that between 10 and 20 minutes every month or so when I'm out on the road and getting to these campsites, or when I'm actually docking out somewhere. And I'll make sure that that generator is working, because when I need it, I have it. Cool thing about these generators for your RV, if you have a full tank of gas, it'll run until you got a quarter tank of gas left, and then it'll shut off, because it wants you to be able to drive off and get to where you're going, not be stranded somewhere with no gas. That would be really bad, being in the middle of the desert. Generator dies because it's out of gas, and your car is not going to start, or your RV is not going to start because it's out of gas also. So it leaves you with like quarter tank of gas in there. Then hopefully you can get to the gas station and fill back up when you get to your next point. Alright, so what I have here is a 7500 watt dual gas generator. This is the generator I use for my home in case we lose power. I have this as my backup. 7500 watts, and we have 120 volt 20 amp plugs here, as well as 30 amp and a 12 volt DC. So you can pretty much plug anything that you need inside here. Dual gas, it runs on regular unleaded gasoline and propane. When I do my op testing, I always use the propane because I don't want to have gas inside there sitting and gum up the carburetor. It's at 7500 watt surge and 6200 watt rated, and we're going to talk about that and what that means in just a minute. And the last thing is my generator for my house. I have a 7500 watt generator, and that's peak surge, and then it goes to that 2600 watt run. And the difference between that is, like I mentioned before, when you surge, or when you plug in your television, then you plug in your refrigerator, that refrigerator is going to surge and then go back to normal. When you start that coffee pot, it's going to surge and go back to its running time. And that surge is going to be higher than the run peak time. So make sure that you're mindful of that, because you don't want to burn up that generator or burn out your products because you're overloading things. And that's about it. So when the power goes out, I'm pretty much set. I'm good to go. Hopefully, there's always just one or two quirks that'll happen that you're not aware of, or you can never be prepared for. But you want to be as prepared as possible. How are you prepared? Let me know in the comments below, and we can talk about it. Thank you. Oh, still promoting Rise of the Sons of Darkness by Rob Battle. Heard he's a pretty cool guy. Doesn't know how to smile though.